Welcome to the ancient land of Myanmar, the country the world once called Burma. It's an isolated Buddhist society that's resisted rapid change for almost 2,000 years. Here the people live as they have done for centuries, following a spiritual path, seeking modesty, respect for elders, and beauty in all things. The essence of their national spirit. The people here call Bamasan Chin. Little is known about this isolated country in the outside world, but that could soon change, thanks to the legendary Burma Road. Work has begun to rebuild the famous highway and connect Myanmar to the 21st century. And if the connection is managed with care, Myanmar's isolation will give way to a new place in the international community and a new future for these children. This is the story of how this stretch of Burma Road, being rebuilt by hand, could help take an almost medieval society into the future. When it's finished, it'll pass through some of the great untouched wilderness areas still left in Asia. A giant nature reserve, one of the largest on Earth. Massive rivers, still free of destructive pollution. If this road is managed carefully, Myanmar will avoid the environmental and social disasters which have followed the arrival of Western culture throughout history. But it all depends on what happens here, along the Burma Road. Today, Myanmar is a country caught between powerful nations, which follow their own agendas for their own political and commercial advantage. To the west lies India. To the east lies China, the fastest growing economies in the world today. Myanmar is the most direct route between west and east. Only a few hundred kilometers separates them. But today, its remote valleys are a hindrance to trade worth billions every year. This muddy remnant of the legendary Burma Road, meandering through Myanmar's remote northern jungles, is the key to a radical new chapter in this country's history. There are plans to turn it into a highway to connect China and India to a concrete artery stretching all the way to Europe. It'll cut straight through northern Myanmar, and two worlds will collide. This is one of them, China in the 21st century, ambitious, commercial, and voracious. And just 200 kilometers away, there's the other, northern Myanmar, an almost medieval society. And surrounding it, this unpolluted, virtually undamaged wilderness. When the modern world and the wilderness collide, the effect will be profound. At this pace, the new Burma Road will be a long time coming. But the government of Myanmar is in no hurry to speed up the process. The economic benefit of controlling a lifeline between India and China is obvious. But what about the effect on a culture where most things are still done by hand? And how much will it cost to protect this vast wilderness, which is the natural heart of northern Myanmar? The Burma Road begins beyond Myanmar's borders in a remote corner of northeastern India, known as Arunachal Pradesh. Here, more than 60 years ago, young men barely in their 20s came from China, India, the US and Europe to fight against the Japanese. They fought and died on a muddy track they carved from the living jungle. These gravestones, buried in the remote jungles of northeastern India, are all that mark their passing. This is just one graveyard. Many others lie undiscovered in the deep jungle. A generation lost, while their ghosts flicker on film, the black and white memory of war. With incredible loss of life, the plan succeeded. But as soon as the job was done, the road was abandoned, and the wilderness reclaimed its own. Today, the tanks and transports are not even a distant memory. This wilderness is home to tribal people, the Mishmi, Tangsa, Singpo and the Kampti. All have relied for centuries on the wealth of the forests for their livelihood. They were certainly here long before the invention of nations called India or Myanmar. These remote jungle valleys, teeming with wildlife, have always sustained the tribal people. Here, the modern notion of conservation and sustainability is a natural way of life. But ironically, that natural way of life has been the cause of constant violence along this remote border with India. For India's legendary Assam Rifles, it's a struggle to contain cross-border insurgents who want an independent country of their own. The tribes believe they have the right to hunt and trade through their traditional lands. To them, the border and the governments on each side are meaningless. But the sporadic fighting and killing means economic disaster.